In this video, we're going to talk about radios, radio harnesses, and how to talk on a radio, a very brief amount. So, provided in the trailer is this box. Contained within it is 12 two-way radios. They're made by ICOM, and they are MURS radios. MURS stands for Multi-Use Radio System. So the MURS frequencies, unlike many FCC frequencies, they are licensed by rule. So an individual does not have to have a license with the FCC to use these radio frequencies. If you were to go to the store, like Walmart or the sporting goods store or whatever, and buy one of those two-way radios there, they're probably an FRS radio, which is Family Radio Service. And there's a little postcard in there that says to use this radio legally, you have to file this postcard and buy a license, which almost nobody does. And so they're kind of illegal if you're not having a radio license. These radios, however, they are legal for people to use because that is what they're for. They're for commercial use, for entities, groups to use. So those 5 MURS frequencies are all programmed into these radios. They are shared, so there might be some overlap if there's a co-op doing work or a factory or something like that that might use these same radio frequencies. So you might just need to kick over to a frequency that's not being used on your burn, but they are perfectly legal to use for this application. The short knob is the on, off, and volume.
1.
So when you turn it on, it tells you what frequency is on there. The next knob over is the frequency selector. Again, there's 5 MURS frequencies. They're all programmed in.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And then the next frequency, there's only 5 MURS frequencies, so the next ones up aren't programmed in. They'll give you an error. Antenna, this does come off. You can unscrew it, and therefore it will get loose and get lost. So just make sure that it's on there tight. The push to talk is the big button on the side. And then there's also these 2 variable programming buttons, the small ones. They're not actually programmed to anything on these radios, so they don't do anything. You can also get microphones to hook up to these on these ports. We don't have that. On the back of the radio is the battery, which you should not have to mess with, but just know that it's there. There's 2 clips that you can pull down and pull the battery pack off the back. So we'll talk about how to put the radio harness on. These radio harnesses, they kind of confuse people, so I want to talk about it specifically. So when you put it on, your head is going to go in this hole right here. It's going to orient with this little logo at the top. So it's going to be right here, right below your chin. So you're going to put your head through this hole. Reach back, grab these 2 straps, and you're just going to clip it in on each side of your chest. Ooh, this is a little small. You can adjust it. If you're a girthy person, you might have to adjust them out quite a bit, but they can get pretty good size. So yeah, icon at the logo at the top, then it's oriented. It's not sized or whatever. That way when you put the radio in there, the push to talk button is right here in the very top. So you can click it right there and talk. Now we'll talk about how to talk on the radio with the harness on. Like I said, the push to talk is right here on the top of the radio facing your face. And when you talk on the radio, you want to use concise, clear text. You want to just very simply say things. You don't want to drone on about anything. But you're going to push the push to talk. You're going to give it a little bit of pause. Take a breath. So you push the button, wait, and then you say your message over the radio. And you see when I tilt up, I want to talk with my mouth facing down into the radio. So I tilt my radio up just a touch to make sure that I get that. Because again, the microphone is right there. So it's going to be right here, and you want to aim that microphone up to where you can talk right into it. When it comes time to charge the radios, you can separate the radios that need charge from the other ones, take all the radios out, and then you'll have access to the charging bank that's underneath. And then you can take an extension cord and plug it right into this power plug that's in there. You'll see the 2 power strips light up. Take the radios that need charged out of the harness, drop them into the charger, and you'll see the radios that are charging will have a charger light. So it'll be amber when they're charging and green when they are fully charged.